Chapter 91 Huo Rong pleads guilty. Contra's Grudge. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Everyone still cannot accept the reality. Zhu Zhuqing's previous strength was only average in the team, now he has become the leader, and he is still leading by a cliff. There is great momentum to catch up with Tang Lan, and all this that it was because of Zhu Zhuqing that he followed Tang Lan out, okay? Wait. All the changes in Zhu Zhuqing were just that he went out with Tang Lan. Ning Rongrong and others looked at Jingling with some envy. You boy, you are so blessed. Jingling's cold face could not help but curl up the corners of her mouth. Can't help it. I simply couldn't help it. Our future soul rings will all be tailor-made for the sect master. Don't ask for Zhu Zhuqing's strength, even if it's only half of it. That mouth will be smiling crookedly. Aside, Chen Xian was also filled with emotion. No wonder Tang Lan would rather break his promise and give Tiger Eagle's left arm bone to Zhu Zhuqing to absorb the soul ring. This is really too strong. Wait. Zhu Zhuqing hasn't used the soul bone skill of Tiger Eagle's left arm bone yet. Good guy. I'm afraid it will be difficult tomorrow at Tiando Royal Academy. Remind Xiao Yan later, don't let them lose too ugly. Anyway, Emperor Xuya will be there when the time comes. Drip drip. Lu Erlong's chest trembled. She reached out and took out a communication soul guide and took a look at it. It's Xiao Jiang's phone number. He is enrolling students at the school gate, so no one will cause trouble again, right? Master, I'll take the call. Tang Lan nodded in agreement. I felt a little regretful in my heart. Why did such a good young woman follow you, Xiao Jiang? What? Lu Erlong exclaimed, okay. I know. She hung up the phone and looked at Tang Lan. Sect Master, His Royal Highness the Crown Prince brought Huo Rong, the Dean of Blazing Fire Academy, to bear a thorn at the school gate to apologize. Oh. Xian Renxue took action on her own. Don't train today, just balance work and rest. Disband. He gave an order. Tang Lan showed the right leg bone of the blue-silver Emperor of Life and used the flying soul bone skill to shoot towards the school gate. Registration has been suspended. Huo Rong, who had been so arrogant just now took off his shirt, carrying an iron thorn grass as high as a person on his back, kneeling on one knee at the school gate and lowering his head. It was surrounded by people eating melon. Although due to Huo Rong's Poison Douluo's identity, he didn't give any pointers, but just the look in his eyes made Huo Rong extremely ashamed. If it weren't for Xue Qinghe standing next to him, he would have exploded long ago. As soon as Tang Lan landed, Xian Renxue just came forward. I did not instruct this matter, Xian Renxue said seriously. I didn't even see Huo Rong, I just sent a message asking him to ask for your forgiveness, and he will naturally let you go. I didn't expect that he would actually use my name to act like a fox and a tiger. This matter is due to my incompetence in handling this matter, which has damaged the reputation of the Tang sect. I will definitely give you an explanation. Xian Renxue turned to look at Huo Rong. Huo Rong's face turned red from suppressing it, but he didn't dare to feel any pain at all, shouted loudly. I, Huo Rong, didn't take care of my daughter and made a scene in front of Tangmen Academy. Previously, I was disrespectful to sect leader Tang again in front of the Tang sect academy. I made more mistakes after mistakes. I am cutting off one of my arms today as a warning to others. The words fell. Huo Rong raised his right hand high and slapped his left arm hard. The entire arm exploded on the spot, and a glowing red soul bone floated in mid-air. The eyes of the melon eaters all glowed green. Huo Rong gritted his teeth and waited for a few seconds. He took out the 10,000 years fire core and pushed it towards Tang Lan together with the soul bone he just dug out. He shouted again. This is the 12,000 fire elf left arm bone and the fire essence core. As a special apology, I hope that Tang sect master will show his kindness and spare us, father and daughter. This behavior, it can be said that he is given enough face and dignity. The dignity that Tang sect lost was not only replenished, but also increased significantly. The Dean of Blazing Fire Academy, Contra, has offended the Tang clan, and this is the case. If you don't have any ability, who dares to come to die? But Tang Lan looked at Huo Rong's miserable appearance and narrowed his eyes. Having cut off an arm and having his treasure taken away, how can you not feel any resentment in your heart? The Tang sect was founded, being hated by a Contra is not a good thing. And for this matter, killing a Contra is obviously unrealistic, after all, it is an important combat power second only to title Douluo, so, Tang Lan suddenly smiled. Oh, why did it get so bloody? It's just a bit of a misunderstanding. Just say it's open. Come on, let me help you treat it. Tang Lan opened his hand, a life soul heart was taken out from the body. This thing, like the soul seed, can be stored in the body. Pressed towards Huo Rong's chest, the latter wanted to hide, but heard Qian Renshue cough, he shook his body and continued to kneel on the spot. Tang Lan pressed the heart of the soul and blended into Huo Rong's heart. Since then, Huo Rong's life was in Tang Lan's hands. The vitality that inspired the heart of life, together with the internal power of the nine yang divine skill, surged toward Huo Rong's broken arm. At the same time, the blue-silver field is opened. Blue-silver grass has long been listed as a national protected plant, and almost all the green plants in Tiando City have been replaced by it. A large amount of life force came and was poured into Huo Rong's body. Let the broken arm squirm and grow slowly at a speed visible to the naked eye. The process is naturally uncomfortable, but compared to the loss of a broken arm, Huo Rong gritted his teeth and held on. A few minutes later, Tang Lan stood up sweating profusely, his steps a little frivolous. It takes a lot of money to regenerate a Contra's severed limbs. I had just consumed 2 more life soul hearts before I could resist, but the effect is also huge. Although Huo Rong's eyes were still complicated, his emotions had calmed down a lot. Think about it now that it was their father and daughter who made the mistake first. What's wrong with Tang Lan? Stand up. Huo Rong had one hand of soul bones and one hand of heart core, and bowed to Tang Lan and handed them to him. As expected of someone whom His Highness the Crown Prince values, I, Huo Rong, am convinced. If there is any mission in the future, Sect Master Tang will just give you the order. Tang Lan naturally accepted this free favor. Wait for him to put away his soul bone and heart core, Qian Renshue said at the right time. Dean Hui is still in a hurry to pick up your daughter. Go quickly. Huo Rong straightened up. Tang Lan nodded. The possessed spirit flew away in a hurry. Qian Renshue smiled and said, I have informed my father that the venue for tomorrow's competition has been temporarily changed to Tangmen Academy. The original location was at Tiando Royal Academy. This is compensation for the misunderstanding just now. What can Tang Lan say? This Qian Renshue's wool is so slim. Tang Lan went up and punched Qian Renshue in the chest. Qinghe, you are so interesting. If you weren't my brother's disciple, I would really like to become my sworn brother. Qian Renshue's body froze. Hammer. Chest. Although she now uses soul bone skills to change her appearance, but my heart is still that of a girl. At once. Ha, we can call ourselves brothers. Qian Renshue forced a smile and said, now that the misunderstanding has been resolved, Qinghe still has important matters to attend to, so he will leave first. Qian Renshue ran away in panic, making Tang Lan chuckle. The future angel goddess's breasts are a bit soft. Turn around. Then he saw Yu Xiaojiang with a strange look. Stare at yourself. If the 5-star rating is less than 4, we will add more. Chapter 92 Test the explosive ring. Big cat that is cold on the outside and hot on the inside. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Yu Xiaojiang stared at Tang Lan with strange eyes, but their eyes met. His eyes immediately changed and he nodded nonchalantly. He shouted, registration continues, line up in an orderly manner. A large number of people suddenly poured into the venue that had just been vacated, but because of 2 lessons learned from the past, they both stayed far away from Tang Lan. Human soul Douluo is so miserable, why go and find someone to smoke? Tang Lan saw this. He flew into the sky to take his position and observed Yu Xiaojiang from a high position. This guy has a problem. I don't know what bad things I am holding back. Yu Xiaojiang is of little value now, he just does some insignificant things. Find an opportunity and kick this guy out. Or let the people from Wuhunzhen Palace do it for him. This way Lu Erlong can stay in Tangmen to work, and he will fight with Wuhunzhen Palace in the future. Fly towards the courtyard. Tang Lan began to think about how to distribute the treasures this time. Needless to say, use the fire essence core yourself, just right. the levels he increased after level 47 were all soul power transformed from blue-silver energy. With this fire core, even if you don't swallow it, it just helps you practice. It can also quickly convert blue-silver energy into the internal power of 9 yang divine skill. As for the left arm bone of the fire elf, this thing has a fire attribute, which doesn't match Tang San's attributes. It can't be considered a chance for him, unable to earn rewards. Leave it to Xiao Wu. Tang Lan looked down upon 12,000-year-old soul bones, but to others, it's already pretty good. Return to the Lord's palace. From a distance, I saw Zhu Zhuqin standing upright at the entrance of the palace. Seeing Tang Lan flying towards him, he took the initiative to show a slight smile. This is worth 1,000 words to her who has a cold personality. Tang Lan landed. Zhu Zhuqin came forward and hugged Tang Lan with so much force that he was crushed. Hiss, this touch, going into battle in a vacuum. Thank you, Lan. Zhu Zhuqin breathed Rolan into Tang Lan's ear. I have prepared a surprise for you, let's go in and talk. Tang Lan was just pulled into the palace, then there was a strange sound. Hiss. What? Hulyalu. Cough cough cough. Watching Zhu Zhuqin dive into the shadows and flee the scene quickly, Tang Lan only felt a little dazed. This iceberg woman's enthusiasm is really overwhelming. But thinking about what happened just now, even in the sage time, my heart is still burning. She must have put a lot of thought into thinking of these moves, right? Is this a big cat that is cold on the outside and hot on the inside? Love, love. Tang Lan stood up, the life-soul blue-silver emperor appeared, packed up all the mess at the scene, and burned it with the flames of the Lei Yen Haotian hammer. Let Lan Yinchao send a message and ask people to rearrange. Tang Lan came to the backyard of the palace and calmed down a little, summoning the life-soul blue-silver emperor. The 5 black crystals turned into soul rings again, a dark blue evil eye appeared in his right eye, and he activated the soul bone technique to mark himself. Then. Gotcha. The first soul ring shattered inch by inch and was shattered by Tang Lan's shock. While it backfires on itself, it also releases a large amount of soul power. Boom. The indestructible Vajra is activated, resisting the backlash. At the same time, spiritual power emerged, and he used the 9 yang divine art to forcibly gather the scattered soul power into his body for his own use, but the effect is far from ideal. If Xiaowan's soul power is 10, then he has only collected 3 now, and it can't be done without any injuries. It depends on the indestructible body to resist. Once or twice is fine, but if it happens more than 3 times, the indestructible body will not be able to bear it, and the physical body will be seriously damaged. Not worth the candle. It's hurtful words. Try this. Gotcha. The second soul ring shattered. This time, Tang Lan activated the immortal seal in advance, converting more than 30% of the counterattack power into his own soul power. The remaining ones are then hard-topped with the indestructible body of Vajra. Finally, the soul power of Xiaoyan was gathered. This time I gained soul power, calculated according to the ratio. It can be about 5. But with the addition of the immortal seal, the upper limit increased from 10 to 15, the total amount of soul power has increased, but the utilization rate has decreased. Interesting. Looking at the mark time, there are only more than 40 seconds left. Tang Lan activated all the externally attached soul bones and stacked buffs crazily, then he exploded the 3rd, 4th, and 5th soul rings in succession. Tang Lan's face trembled. There were cracks on the body, but they were repaired by the green light before they spread. The right leg bone of the blue-silver emperor of life. This time Tang Lan added the devouring effects of the 8 spider spears and the life-soul blue-silver emperor. The total amount of 15 is converted into about 7. The surging blue soul power filled the whole body, so much that it escaped outside the body surface, forming a layer of blue flame clothing. But Tang Lan was very dissatisfied. The soul power transformed from his explosive ring is just pure soul power. It cannot be poured into the martial soul like the Haotian sex explosive ring. And its attack power can be increased without limit, and because his soul rings were all exploded, he couldn't use his ring melting ability. At once, very tasteless, he can still lack soul power. Come here, the countdown is also nearing the end. Tang Lan activated the soul bone skill reset. I changed the frame and returned to the state when I marked it. including the exploded soul ring, the damaged body, the vitality consumed by the right leg bone of the blue silver emperor of life, etc. They all return to full status. The only change is that the evil eye disappears. You need to wait for 12 hours to cool down before using it again. This magical ring exploding skill is indeed a secret that has not been passed down by the Huotian sect. It is indeed difficult. I am injury-free for 2 minutes every day, and I don't know when I can develop it. Okay. It's better to find an opportunity and learn directly from Tang Hao. But with Tang Hao's old-fashioned thinking, that I'm afraid I still have to obtain the approval of the Huotian sect first, only then can you come into contact with this sect's secret technique. TSK. A bunch of old antiques. Don't you know that only by sharing knowledge can you maximize your benefits? Forget it, let's talk about the ring explosion later. The system can directly reward the best. If not, just follow the steps and learn them later. Anyway, there is no one in this generation of Huotian sect who is more suitable than him. Turn around and go back to your room. Today's hard work is over, so I'll reward myself with some sleep. There is a technique to automatically hang up, which is so cool. The next day, early in the morning, Tang Lan only felt very warm in his arms. Open your eyes. Zhu Zhuqin curled up in his arms and fell asleep like a little kitten. This reminded Tang Lan of a psychology from his previous life. People who are extremely insecure will curl up into a ball when sleeping. It seems that even if the martial soul evolves, deep in Zhu Zhuqing's heart, the shadow of the Star Luo Empire still lingers. Follow-up plans for the Star Luo Empire can be implemented by Zhu Qin. The best way to build confidence is to face your fears. Maybe it was feeling the gaze. Zhu Zhuqin opened his eyes suddenly. His eyes were extremely sharp, not at all hazy as he had just woken up from sleep. This is a sleeping habit developed under high-pressure life all year round. It made Tang Lan very heartbroken. Rubbing Zhu Zhuqing's head, he said softly, "This is the Tang sect, no one will hurt you." Zhu Zhuqin put away the sharpness in his eyes and nuzzled Tang Lan's palm obediently. This is the most secure love message she has ever heard since she was born. It's time to climb down, but Tang Lan pulled him back. Just listen. Chapter 93 Team Exchange Match. High-End Exchange Meeting. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Zhu Zhuqin was moved, but was held back by Tang Lan. "I'm not with you because of that." Tang Lan corrected, "There is no need to humiliate yourself just to please me." Don't want, Zhu Zhuqin smiled and said, "No, this is what I want to do for you. That's all." Then he lowered his head. The Tang sect is divided into 3 areas, the inner sect, the outer sect, and the academy. The canteens are also separate. The canteen at the inner gate is called Tian and is in charge of a 5-ring soul king from the food department. I learned that Tang Lan might come for dinner today. That food, just like Chinese New Year, it's all meat and no vegetables. When Tang Lan arrived with Zhu Zhuqin in his arms, he was a little surprised. Inner gate. The food is pretty good. Zhu Zhuqin pursed his lips slightly and said with a smile. Chef Go Chi, I was stuck at level 49 for several years. I made a breakthrough after reading your book and signed up on the first day at Tangmen Academy. He refused to become an outer disciple and only wanted to be the chef of the inner canteen. Understood, a book lover, and people like Cookie can be found everywhere on the mainland. Seeing a leopard in a tube, it can be seen how prosperous the Tang sect's reputation is now, but compared to these, Tang Lan looked at Zhu Zhuqin with a smile on his face and felt full of accomplishment. This iceberg eventually melted by itself. Wow! Today's dishes are so rich. Shui Yuer's exclamation came. Zhu Zhuqin immediately put away his smile and returned to his cold look. In front of outsiders, she is still aloof. This made Tang Lan even more satisfied. The iceberg goddess outside, the charming wife at home. Such a contrast ratio can stimulate sexual interest even more. Sect Master. Shui Binger spotted Tang Lan and said enthusiastically, I've met the Sect Master. Is the Sect Master here to have breakfast too? Good morning, Master. Ah. Hello, Sect Master. Turn around. They saw 3 girls, Shui Binger, Shui Yuer, and Meng Yiran, standing side by side obediently. There is a different kind of light in his eyes, but Tang Lan just nodded. You guys eat what you have, don't worry about me. Take Zhu Zhuqin upstairs, the first floor is for the inner disciples, those various dishes were only for Tang Lan to see, the hall master is on the second floor, the elder is on the third floor, the sect master and deputy sect master are on the top floor, there are closed boxes and open dining tables, the choice is yours. Have to say that it only took a month to build it to this point, in addition to spending a lot of money. The construction team is also extraordinary. Sit down on the open balcony. A fat middle-aged man trotted over with a smile on his face, he bowed and handed the menu with both hands. Sect Master, my subordinate Go Chi is the chef of Tai Lai Canteen. Please take your order, Sect Master. Tang Lan took the menu and glanced at it casually. Excuse. There are quite a few who do. He handed it to Zhu Zhuqin casually and looked at the girl in front of him. Those who can enter the Tang sect have gone through several screenings, the character won't be too bad. This fat face smiled harmlessly, and the eyes under the eyes were filled with respect and admiration. He looked like a fan who was excited to see his idol, but Tang Lan seemed to have not seen it, looking at the scenery outside in trance. Until Zhu Zhu finished counting the dishes, Go Chi could only leave disappointed. I thought you would doubt him. Zhu Zhuqing said suddenly, after all, no matter how you look at it, this guy is not normal. The majestic five-ring soul king, seeking neither fame nor profit, comes to be a chef in the sect master. Just weird. Tang Lan shrugged indifferently. It doesn't matter if he comes to provide for the elderly or is an undercover agent of any organization. If there is any problem with this first group of people, they can only be sent by Wuhunzhen Palace and Tiando Empire. Now Tang Lan and them are in the honeymoon period, very safe, and, when these undercover agents came in, they were just looking for those things, but neither the skills nor the Tang sect were the foundation of Tang Lan. The recipes for concealed weapons and firearms are just random, because Tang Lan's real core is to gather faith. If there is a day when the secret is leaked, Tang Lan will definitely issue a book and directly announce the techniques and formulas to the world. It will definitely be very lively then. Seeing Tang Lan being so indifferent, Zhu Zhuqing's eyes sparkled. My man is so handsome. Let's not mention the origin of for now, but this cooking skill is really hard to choose. Zhuqing, Tang Lan said, let's come over to eat these 3 meals from now on. Zhu Zhuqing nodded in agreement. I have prepared an evening dress for you, do you want to try it on now? Tang Lan was stunned for a moment. Evening dress? Why did you suddenly prepare this for him? Zhu Zhu had predicted it early in the morning, explained. Before the competition, there will be a banquet. Emperor Shuiyi, Sword Douluo, and Bone Douluo will all be present. There will be a grand auction after that. The last thing is the exchange competition between the two houses. His Royal Highness the Crown Prince has sent someone to handle the matter. We don't need to worry about the banquet and auction. But as the organizer of the event, Tang sect, and you are the head of the sect, you should dress more formally. It was a great time for Tang Lan. Can an exchange competition between two academies be turned into a high-end exchange meeting? I also put the exchange competition at the end. Is this a show? Very good. That night, I'll give you the whole big job. Okay, let's go try on an evening dress. After 2 awakenings, Tang Lan's figure has been perfect for a long time, and she is well-dressed. The well-tailored evening gown highlighted his tall figure and perfectly highlighted the lines of his legs. At first glance, it looks like obsidian in the night sky, shining and deep, but he is as elegant and noble as a prince. Zhu Zhuqing's eyes almost turned pale when he saw it. Is this his own man? He's so handsome. What about Dai Mubai? Fortunately, he escaped in the first place, otherwise, how could I have met such a perfect man? Looking at the iceberg queen, I want to transform into a wild big cat. There was a knock on the door. Sect Master, I am Xiao Wuji. There are some things that require your approval. Zhu Zhuqing regained consciousness instantly and licked his lips with some regret. He twisted his waist and opened the door. The charm that escaped was given to Tang Lan. I really want to punish her on the spot. Take a few deep breaths. I saw Xiao Wuji walking in a little nervously. When he saw Zhu Zhuqing appear here, he realized something was wrong. Look at Tang Lan dressed so handsomely, how could I not know that he came at the wrong time? But everything has come, I can only bite the bullet and say. Sect Master, as the organizer of the auction tonight, the Tang sect must bring out a large item. It turns out that the Tiando Royal Academy prepared a treasure. It is said to be a soul guide as big as a palm but weighing 10,000 kilograms. If our Tang sect is worse than them in preparation, we will lose face. So you see. Xiao Wuji really had no choice about this matter. How to arrange the auction funds? Tang Lan asked. All the money will be given to the winning college to be used as teaching funds. Xiao Wuji said, Oh open. Isn't that Tongman's own money? You can be more generous, Tang Lan thought for a moment, he has a lot of good things, they may be put up for auction, but not many. The simplest one is the storage soul guide, although this thing is rare, it is not outstanding enough. Those present tonight are the top few people from the Tiando Empire again, too ordinary, think left and right. Tang Lan suddenly smiled and made a good decision. Old Zhao, you do this again and again. There will be another chapter later. Chapter 94 An Irresistible Temptation. Leave a name in the past. Add. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Old Zhao, you do this again and again. Zhao Wuji's eyes widened after hearing Tang Lan's words. Sect Master, is this really okay? Xiao Wuji asked, isn't this going to be a problem? Don't worry, just report it. Tang Lan was confident. Xiao Wuji opened his mouth, but stopped talking, but I couldn't think of anything to say in reply. He could only respond in a low voice and leave quickly. Look at the way he scratches his head all the way, clearly confused. Zhu Zhuqing, on the other hand, gave Tang Lan a thumbs up. Lan, you have a very accurate grasp of the psychology of those nobles. Right. Tang Lan said proudly, a group of guys who can't practice, they may not be excited about 100,000-year soul bone, but this matter is destined to blow out the brains. Zhu Zhuqing thought of that scene that he couldn't help but grin. Tang Lan also took the opportunity to step forward and push Zhu Zhuqing against the wall. He whispered in her ear, what did you want to do just now? Zhu Zhuqing gave Tang Lan a look that was as charming as silk, then go down. That night, on the playground of Tangmen Academy, a grand open-air banquet was going on. Xiao Wuji and Lu Erlong were at the school gate, welcoming the big bosses one after another. There is a doorman nearby announcing the door. Tiando Royal Academy Education Committee, Meng Xinji, Bai Baoshan, and Jilin are here. Prince Snowstar and Prince Avalanche are here. His Royal Highness, here we come. 7 Treasure Glazed Tile Sect, Sect Master Ning and Poison Douluo are here. That the presence of every heavyweight person refreshes people's understanding of Tang's sect. How could a newly established small sect be able to attract so many powerful people? The Tang sect status was rapidly rising, but until the party was about to begin, Tang Lankai joined hands with Zhu Zhuqing, but he arrived late. One of them is handsome and the other is charming. It immediately attracted most of the attention at the scene. Such a combination of handsome men and beautiful women has made countless nobles eager to move. Some people want to go up and talk, but then he stopped, because Qian Renxue and Ning Fengji rushed forward to greet him immediately. Brother Lan, why are you here so late at your home court? Ning Fengji reminded him warmly. Tang Lan smiled helplessly. Zhu Zhuqing was really too charming, which made him reluctant to leave. This is not a long-distance communication, that's all. If in the future that I can't imagine how happy I am sexually. Ahem. It's nothing, I made a small breakthrough in my practice. Tang Lan said casually, I think everyone is here, right? When will the auction start? Congratulations to Brother Lan, your strength has improved again. Ning Fengji smiled and said, most of them have already arrived, just waiting for Shui. Suddenly. The doorman shouted dash. His Majesty the Great Emperor Shui, drive. Arrive. Boom thump thump. The guards who maintained order vigorously stamped their spears. Tang Lan looked towards the door. I saw a white-haired old man wearing a gilded imperial robe, walking into the banquet with full aura. TSK. Is it okay to bring your own BGM to the venue? Everyone, including Ning Fengji, bowed in the direction of Emperor Shui. Greetings, Your Majesty. Tang Lan also followed suit and saluted. It's not a kneeling ceremony anyway. just respect the elders. Well, get back on your feet. Emperor Shuya raised his hand. Thank you, Your Majesty. Everyone straightened up. Ning Fengji and Qian Renshue, one on the left and the other on the right, led Tang Lan towards Emperor Shuyi. Father, this is Tang sect's leader, Tang Lan. Qian Renshue introduced. Emperor Shuya looked at Tang Lan. Tang Lan also looked directly at the other party. This made Ning Fengji sweat. As the saying goes, accompanying a king is like accompanying a tiger. As the lord of a country, Emperor Shuya would not be angry when looking at him like this, but he would definitely feel displeased. I was thinking about how to smooth things over. Good, good. Emperor Shuyi laughed loudly. He is indeed a talented person who can write the Tang sect encyclopedia. He is very courageous. Your Majesty is overly complimentary. Tang Lan said politely, if Your Majesty is willing, you can be added as the second author of the second volume of the Tang sect encyclopedia. Emperor Shui's laughter stopped abruptly. He was moved. There is no doubt about the influence of Tang Men encyclopedia. That's not Yu Xiaojiang's half-baked work, with only conclusions and no details. It's true that as long as you have a Tang sect encyclopedia, you can teach yourself to be a soul master, not to mention everyone has a copy. There is no problem if each family has one copy. What is this? Such a famous reputation in the mainland. Or the kind that will leave its name for eternity. His life as Emperor Shuya is coming to an end, and he has enjoyed what he should have enjoyed. What can attract him is this reputation in future generations, so, he was very excited. But as an emperor, he deeply understands that for what he gets, he must pay for it. This second author's signature. It's not easy to get. Between the electric light and flint, countless thoughts flashed through Emperor Shuya's mind. In the end, for the sake of the overall situation, he could only chuckle and shake his head. Sect Master Tang is interested. But a signature is not necessary. I just didn't expect that such a detailed Tang sect encyclopedia could continue to be expanded. Tang Lan felt a little regretful. If Emperor Shuyi agrees, he can make a fortune. Yes, it is a more in-depth supplement. Tang Lan replied, for example, the recently discovered ultimate martial soul, the direction and possibility of martial soul evolution, the analysis of the field, or the method for Poison Douluo to break through, etc. Good guy. Which of the problems Tang Lan mentioned is not the problem of the century? Especially the last one. Let Poison Douluo break through. Are you serious? Emperor Shuyi is crazy and excited again. Ning Fengji and Qian Renshue both dared not speak, waiting for Emperor Shuyi to make a decision. Unfortunately, Emperor Shuya finally defeated his desire and looked deeply at Tang Lan. I will not be involved in these academic things. Lest future generations know the reason and laugh at me for being so happy with my success. 2 sentences revealed the matter. Emperor Shuyi walked towards the main table, followed by Tang Lan and the others. Zhu Zhuqin consciously returned to the team to prepare. Shuebang and Prince Snow Star, who were at the main table, immediately stood up to greet them. Emperor Shuyi naturally sat on the main seat. Ning Fengji was one of the 3 upper sects, located at the lower left of Emperor Shuya. The 3 educational committee members of Tiando Royal Academy are ranked below Ning Fengji. Everyone thought, Qianren Shuegue is the crown prince and will sit at the lower right of Emperor Shuya. But Emperor Shuya glanced at Qian Renshue. Qian Renshue understood instantly. Xiang Tang Lan smiled and said, Sect Master Tang, you are the master today, please. Tang Lan was not polite and sat on it. Qian Renshue did not move. She stared at Shuebang beside Tang Lan, her eyes as calm as water, but it made the avalanche extremely stressful. Fourth brother, I have something to discuss with Sect Master Tang. Can you give up your position? How dare Shuebang refuse? Why are the 2 older brothers missing? Why is he missing tonight? He didn't dare to say another word to Qian Renshue. He lifted his legs and walked away. Thank you, fourth brother, for helping me. Set a scene. Qian Renshue sat down naturally, next to Tang Lan. He turned a blind eye to the angry look from Prince Snow Star beside him. All the dignitaries were stunned to see it. Is this newly established sect leader so awesome? Can he even squeeze into the position of crown prince and be on equal footing with the Qibao glazed sect? And this avalanche prince, too cowardly. after eating melon, everyone was also quick and found a place to sit down. The show is about to begin. There will be an additional chapter later, it may be very late, everyone go to bed early and watch tomorrow morning. Chapter 95 Titan Giant Ape Soul Bone. Gather the Education Committee's wool. Ad. You are listening at novelfull.audio. On the main table. Sect Master Tang, Emperor Shuya said. I intend to use the Tang Sect Encyclopedia as a theoretical knowledge textbook for the Soul Master Academy. I wonder what you think. Is there such a good thing? To cultivate believers, we need to start from childhood, Tang Lan said righteously. It is our duty to do our part for the empire. Emperor Shui smiled happily and nodded. He announced to the outside, then, let the auction begin. A light came down. On the luxurious auction stage, a girl wearing a blue and gold dress bowed and saluted. Thank you, Your Majesty Shuya, for the opening. I am Douluo, an outer disciple of the Tang sect, and I am responsible for tonight's auctioneer and competition explanation. The proceeds from this auction will be provided to the winning college for educational funding. Now let's look at the first lot. The maid next to him brought the tray forward so that Douluo could uncover the red cloth on it. A floating skull was exposed, with an earth-yellow color all over, giving people a heavy feeling like a rock. It's actually a head-soul bone. I believe everyone can see it. This is a head-soul bone from a mutated Titan ape. The fire attribute is missing, leaving only the pure earth attribute, which is more suitable for an earth attribute soul master. Although it is only 3,000 years old, as a heterogeneous Titan great ape, it is completely comparable to a 10,000-year-old soul bone. This lot is provided to His Majesty Shui. The base price is 10 gold soul coins. Each increase in price shall not be less than 1 gold soul coins. Start shooting now. The scene was polarized. The nobles headed by Prince Snow Star lacked interest, soul bones or something. They don't want to practice cultivation. They might as well be pretty as a beautiful woman. The soul masters who still had the idea of improvement stared at the Titan ape skull with fiery eyes. Soul bones. Even if it's only 3,000 years old, this is the soul bone of the alien beast Titan ape. It's more than enough to rival tens of thousands of years. No one has asked for a price. Ning Fengji smiled and said, then Ning will start with 20 gold soul coins. Just asking for 10 gold soul coins is inhumane. This soul bone is not bad, Sect Master Ning can't help it. Education Committee Jilin said loudly, 25 gold soul coins. From then on the bidding began. Some nobles with younger generations in their families began to participate in bidding. At first, Ning Fengji and Jilin became silent. This is not giving up, this is to wait until the price is fixed, then come out and kill with one strike. On the main table, Emperor Shuya glanced at Tang Lan and said dash. This Titan ape skull can increase one's own strength by 30% when it appears. Soul bone skilled gravity blessing can increase the weight of items touched by up to 3 times. Such detailed data. Obviously, this soul bone once had an owner. Tang Lan was thoughtful, power-oriented. What the hell is a head soul bone? It's outrageous. 3,000 years is not too much, but it is not too much. Again, the alien soul bones of the Titan ape are quite usable. Bought it and absorbed it by Tang San. Anyway, the tenure is low and you can't get many rewards. If you always don't give Tang San any sweetness, this brotherhood will break up sooner or later, and, with this head soul bone, it takes up Tang San's share. Tang San was not qualified to snatch the 5-year-old wisdom skull awarded by the elite competition. Soul bones can be harvested from other parts of the body, like your head. Plan passes. Douluo just shouted the price. 27 gold soul coins twice. Is there any higher? This is the soul bone of the alien beast Titan giant ape. Ning Fengji and Jilin looked at each other and were about to bid. Tang Lan raised his hand. 30 gold soul coins. When Ning Fengji saw this, he put down his hand. Low-level soul bones are not hard to come by, and the 7 treasures glazed sect still has quite a few of them. What is rare is a soul bone that is more than 10,000 years old or adapted to one's own body. Since Tang Lan wants it, give it to him. But Jilin is not so easy to talk to. You kid will challenge Tiendo Royal Academy as soon as you come here, and you will also grab the recommended quota. Can this be tolerated? 35 gold soul coins. Jilin said with a smile, Sect Master Tang, the one with the highest price will get it, no problem. Tang Lan just smiled, knowing that this was a fight, unfortunately, wrong person. Let's not talk about the current Tang sect. Making money is faster than digging gold mines. All proceeds from this auction alone will go to the winning team, no longer afraid, it's just a matter of the left hand switching to the right hand. Why, isn't Sect Master Tang going to bid? Jilin pretended to be confused and asked, isn't it time to count down? Douluo on the auction stage looked at Tang Lan, this is my sect leader. What a big deal. Tang Lan smiled and said, 36 gold soul coins. Oh, you're adding 1 gold soul coins at once. Jilin said angrily, 40 gold soul coins. As a Contra, he is also the educational committee member of Tiando Royal Academy, that's called being extremely rich. Tang Lan ignored his sarcasm and raised the price again. 41 gold soul coins. 50 gold soul coins. Jilin increased the price significantly again. 51 gold soul coins. 60 gold soul coins. 61 gold soul coins. This time it's more than once. Jilin realized something was wrong. This kid, why do you add 1 gold soul coins every time? Who is disgusting? He immediately said angrily, I'm offering 1,000 million gold soul coins. Just in time to renovate the teaching building of Tiando Royal Academy. Okay. This guy, who co-wrote it, also firmly believes that the left hand is the right hand. Then, can Tang Lan weaken his momentum? I bid, 1,001 million gold soul coins. Jilin is so angry. If Emperor Shui hadn't been here, he would have wanted to show off his martial spirit. Why are you so disgusting? I don't believe you can get it. Jilin said coldly, do you know what tens of millions of gold soul coins are? A kid with a yellow mouth, talking nonsense, thought this doubt is well-founded. After all, very few people knew about the arms business that the Tang sect was involved in because it was wrapped up by the Tiando Empire. As for mobile phones, it has always been the Qibao glazed sect that has come forward, and it is also the royal special tribute for the time being. Ahem. Qian Renxue said, Jilin Education Committee, tens of millions of gold soul coins, Tang sect still has this strength. The prince personally provided guarantee and no one dared to question it, but Jilin's eyes widened. No. Your Royal Highness. We are your people. Why are you still turning your elbows out? Seeing a deadlock, Emperor Shui came forward to make peace. This soul bone should be used as a competition prize, and together with the proceeds from the auction, let it be awarded to the winning college. Jilin, who was angry just now, immediately smiled and saluted. According to His Majesty's will. Yo ho. The speed at which he changes his face is also unparalleled, but Tang Lan is not a good person. Can he bear this disadvantage? He immediately took out Philian Silver Fox's right leg bone and threw it to the auction table. Then our Tangmen Academy will also add a bonus. This 6,000-year-old Philian Silver Fox right leg bone will also be used as a prize in the competition. Anyway, you will definitely win in the end, which is called generosity. It was put there by Jilin. Can he sit down here? That won't work. Absolutely not. Anyway, in this exchange competition, their Tiando Royal Academy will definitely win. Then, just take out some rewards in advance. I saw, add more updates, will update the starting point tomorrow. There are still 4-star reviews left, so I can add more updates. Chapter 96 The Transformable King Kong is Indestructible. Durable Wuhunzhen, page 12. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Seeing Tang Lan increasing provocation, Jilin Tang Contra, the second educational committee member of Tiando Royal Academy, can you bear this tone? He immediately took out a piece of white left leg bone and sent it to the auction table. This is the split right leg bone of the Devil's Claw, 11,000 years old. Also as a prize for this competition. Done. Jilin looked at Tang Lan with disdain. You have the nerve to take out the 6,000-year-old one. Tang Lan grinned, damn. As for Wanyan's left leg bone, you're so polite. I felt sad secretly in my heart. If the 10,000-year-old tiger eagle left arm bone was still there, Chong Jilin might be able to pull out the 30,000-year-old bone with his overwhelming momentum, but there was really no soul bone left in his body, so he had no choice but to give up. He raised his hand to Jilin and said, "The Jilin Education Committee is grand." Jilin snorted coldly, "Lesson. Young people don't know how high the sky is and how high it is, so don't be too arrogant." Tang Lan smiled and remained calm. "They have already given you a 10,000-year soul bone. What's wrong with saying a few words? It's also emotional at the same time." Tiando Royal Academy is used to dominating this day, and there is no investigation into Tangmen Academy at all. After all, Flanders is at Tiando Royal Academy. Tang Lan can compete with the 7-ringed soul sage after enrolling in school, and Dai Mubai's soul power level is also level 38. Everyone else is not weak. If Jilin knew more about it, he wouldn't be so blindly confident that he would be deceived into having a piece of his 10,000-year-old soul bone. The next is the second lot. A 6,000-year-old piece of whale glue. According to the original text of the Tang Sect Encyclopedia, this piece of 1,200-year-old whale glue can increase the body's soul ring life by about years. Even if you are not a soul master, you can still strengthen your body and create greater glory. The starting price is 5 gold soul coins, and each bid increase must not be less than 1,000 gold soul coins. Auctions pay attention to a good start, so after the first soul bone, the level dropped a lot from the second one. Most of them are for physical fitness, famous toys, calligraphy and paintings, antiques and treasures. Tang Lan was not interested. On the other hand, the nobles frequently bid fiercely for it. They are like people from two worlds. Tang Lan shook his head. If you don't become a god, your life will only last more than 100 years. These so-called nobles thought they were in a high position. In the eyes of God, they are not even ants. At best, it's just dust on the roadside, and a large piece of it will be blown away. Tang Lan had nothing to do and started to cook, chat with Qian Renxue from time to time. Quite boring. If he hadn't been waiting to see the show at the end, he would have left long ago with some excuse. Until midfield, it is only when a piece of auction attracts attention. The next 13th lot is the soul guide produced by the Qibao Glazed sect. Its name is the Divine Wind Boat. It is made from the fins and tail of the ink dragon. It can withstand the soul attack of a 100-year-old soul beast based on its material alone. You can travel thousands of miles in a day with the power of your soul. It is the best choice for travel. The starting price is 10 gold soul coins, and each bid increase must not be less than 1 gold soul coins. Start shooting now. Open. Soul Guide. He looked at the flying boat in Daoda's hand, which was no more than the size of a palm. Tang Lan became interested. Although he has the soul bone skill to fly, where can he find a comfortable car to fly by himself? Direct bid, 15 gold soul coins. It attracted everyone to look over. I was a little surprised to see that it was Tang Lan who had been working hard. Then there was silence. Most of the nobles are not of high rank. They are not very interested in this kind of soul guide powered by soul power. A few people who have the idea of competition think of Tang Lan's net worth of tens of millions. He also kept his mouth shut silently. As for the Jilin Education Committee, it was already one step ahead just now. There is no need to pursue him so hard that he seems too petty. Then, after Daoda counted down to 3, he happily knocked the auction gavel. 15 gold soul coins. Deal done. Congratulations, Sect Master, for obtaining the Soul Guide Shenfeng Zhou. A maid brought the auction item, and Tang Lan played with it with interest. Ning Fengji felt a little regretful when he saw it. I forgot about you, Randy. You are very interested in soul guides. Brother, I will pay more attention in the future. Tang Lan never refuses this free gift. Thank you very much, brother. Tang Lan said cheerfully. Ning Fengji nodded nonchalantly. It was just a small amount of money. Since Xiao Yan likes soul tools so much, Qinghe will also pay more attention to them. Qian Renxue said. Qinghe is interested. If you don't understand the technique, you can ask me. Tang Lan replied. Qian Renxue responded with a smile. This time, isn't the relationship closer? The exchange between the two also told everyone, His Highness, the Crown Prince, practices Tang Clan Kung Fu. It can be regarded as half a teacher's kindness. Don't look for excitement if you have nothing to do. This is not. The expressions of the 3 education committee members in Jilin all showed slight changes. Chief Meng Xinji even called for someone and whispered a few words. After several lots, the man jogged back and handed over a piece of paper. It's full of words. Meng Xinji glanced at it and his eyes widened in disbelief. He slapped Jilin's hand bitterly. Jilin didn't understand why at first. Wait until you finish reading. That face is so long. He looked at Tang Lan frequently, full of disbelief. Tang Lan smiled and said nothing. Take a look. Such simple information can be found by just asking around. But you are so arrogant. Are you at a disadvantage now? Jilin's face twitched a few times and he sat there with a sullen expression. If Emperor Shui hadn't been there would still be a glimmer of hope of winning. He had already run away with his martial spirit. It's such a shame and humiliation to be tricked by a junior. The next item is an artifact made for the master craftsman Lu Gao, the 8 treasures Rui soft armor. The raw material used in the soft armor is a malleable memory metal synthesized by Senior Lu Gao after 10 years of research. In addition to automatically conforming to the wearer's body shape, it can also withstand a full blow from the 6th soul skill of the offensive soul master. The base price is 20 gold soul coins, and each increase in price must not be less than 1 gold soul coins. Start shooting now. Tang Lan raised his eyebrows. It was indeed an auction where Emperor Shui was present. There were indeed many good things. Just relying on the material itself, it can be resisted without using soul power, the 6th soul skill of the power attack system. Chapter 97, 5 Soul Bone Rewards. Ridiculously large lot. Page 12. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Nothing bothers the 2 masters. Tang Lan once again sent a message to Qian Renshua. Qian Renshua glanced at Tang Lan strangely, and directly quoted the price without further pause. 20 gold soul coins. Tang San glanced at Qian Renshua and said nothing. He didn't know why he was raising the price just now. It was like something was attracting him, but since His Highness the Crown Prince wants it, then give it to him. Just. Tang San covered his heart, not knowing why. When the auction hammer fell, he didn't know why, but his heart was so blocked. It's like losing something very important. Tang Lan was also a little confused. Why is there no system prompt? Yes, another accident happened. This time, Douluo flew in the air, shouting loudly with unprecedented excitement. Next is our big auction item, which is also an item provided by our organizer Tang Sect and Tang Lan Tang Sect Master. It's unique. It can make you famous for the ages. It can make you worshipped by thousands of families. A moment of foreshadowing, whet everyone's appetite. But Emperor Shui, why do I feel more and more familiar the more I hear it? This large-scale auction item is the second volume of the Tang Sect Encyclopedia, the second author's signature. The scene fell silent, subsequently, exploded. How can it be? Can the Tang Sect Encyclopedia publish a second volume? Nowadays, every household has a copy of the Tang Sect Encyclopedia. Even if half of the people buy the second volume, it will be a celebrity for the ages. I must buy it. I want everyone in the world to know what my full name is. Duke Picasso, your full name is Pablo Diego José Santiago Crito Riz Blasco Picasso. Douluo was encouraged by the violent reaction below. He said with great emotion. The starting price for the second author's signature rights this time is 1 gold soul coin, and there is no limit to the price increase. Now I announce that the second volume of the Tang Sect Encyclopedia, with the second author's signature rights, will start filming now. The words just fell. 100 gold soul coins. Good guy. The opening is so high. Moreover, the person raising the price is still the extremely useless Avalanche, but it is different from His Highness the Prince's bid. No one will give this dude any face. 110 gold soul coins. I will offer you 150 million gold soul coins. 2 million. I'll give you 200 million gold soul coins. It's Duke Picasso, we must not let him take pictures. 300 gold soul coins. That the on-site bidding was far more intense than ever before. Xiao Wuji was stunned when he saw it. At that time, I heard Tang Lan say that he wanted to use this as an auction item. He doesn't understand yet, who can take pictures of this thing. A group of nobles are about to have their brains knocked out. He doesn't understand, it's just a signature, why pay such a high price? Especially the Duke Picasso, who is on the front line, and the roundup price increase is extremely cruel. On the main table, Qian Renshua smiled and said, Xiao Lan, it seems everyone likes your auction item. Hey, everyone is so flattering. Tang Lan said modestly, after the second volume is released, it will be difficult to have a third volume. Or is it a final work? Emperor Shui looked at the fierce price chase below, his eyes flickering. It seems that this year's allocation for Tiando Royal Academy has not been approved yet, right? Then take some off. Just after the price rose to 785 million gold soul coins, only 2 people were left bidding. Emperor Shui made the final decision directly. 1,000 gold soul coins. The scene is silent. This is the first time Emperor Shui has ever asked for a price at a banquet, right? Who dares to raise the price? Everyone looked left and right. In the end, it all fell on Duke Picasso. Duke Picasso's expression was also changing. He wanted to increase the price but was afraid of offending Emperor Shui. I'm confused, Emperor Shui said, the one with the highest price will get it, you don't need to worry. Otherwise, because of his intervention, the price would fall, and he would still owe Tang Lan a favor. Duke Picasso gritted his teeth when he heard this. 3,500 gold soul coins. This is the highest price I can accept. If your majesty can add more, the right to sign will belong to you, that I can tell. Duke Picasso was extremely eager for this right of signature. Unfortunately, Emperor Shui didn't blink an eye, and quoted the price. 5,000 gold soul coins. Directly increased the price by 1,500 million gold soul coins. Duke Picasso smiled bitterly and sat back down, adding it once is already the limit. Dare you continue bidding? Do you really think that Emperor Shui won't hold a grudge against you after he said that the one with the highest price will get it? Daodu is also very discerning. 5,000 for the first time. 5,000 million for the second time. 5,000 million for the third time. Deal done. The second volume of the Tang Sect Encyclopedia, the second author's signature rights, was acquired by His Majesty Shui. Congratulations to Your Majesty Shui. Emperor Shui laughed. Long Yen was delighted. Stand up. I am happy to announce a few things today. First, for today's winning team, all members will be awarded hereditary barons, and the captain will be awarded hereditary viscount. Second, for the winning college, in addition to the proceeds from this auction, the Tiando royal family will award another 2,000 million gold soul coins for the construction of the college. Third, Emperor Shui flashed his hand. A three-dimensional triangular pyramid the size of a palm was taken out. The whole body was a crystal clear blue with rippling lines like water waves. This is the most important treasure of the Tiando Empire, the vast sea universe cover. The one who performs the best today will be awarded a hereditary earl and given the vast sea universe cover. Tang Lan stared at the vast sea universe cover, full of longing. If it weren't for this artifact, who would be with you at night? Isn't it nice to cuddle with a big cat? The other side, the 3 education committee members, Meng Xinji, looked extremely ugly. 99% of the students at Tiando Royal Academy are nobles. This is the reward from Emperor Shuya. Why do you feel like it is tailor-made for Tangmen Academy? Jilin saw Tang Lan standing up and took the lead. Chapter 98. The team begins to fight. Tang Lan violated the rules. You are listening at novelfull.audio. At the beginning, Joshin Haitang was suppressed, the soul power is doubled, but the treatment is halved. The tactics of the Royal Do team are self-defeating, and the source of it all, it's just that Tang Lan accidentally released the ultimate life attribute. He didn't even mean it. Team Huangdo seems to have encountered a problem. Daodu asked in confusion. Look. Ning Rongrong from Tangmen Academy is flying. Hesitation. Oscar has created a flying mushroom sausage, allowing Ning Rongrong to fly into the air. The 7 treasures turn out to be colored glaze, so hurry up. Zhu Zhuqing accepted the increase and hid in the shadows. Meng Yiran cut in diagonally and found Oslo, who was also an agility attack type. The 7 treasures turn out to reveal the glaze, which is called power. Dai Mubai was bathed in the light, and with his white tiger Vajra transformation, he rushed towards Yu Tianheng. The Shi brothers activated the black tortoise and attacked Dai Mubai from both sides. A blue-silver grass wrapped around Dai Mubai's waist. Tang San used controlling crane to capture dragon, throwing Dai Mubai over the 2 of them. The 3rd soul skill, spider web binding, that the purple spider web fell and enveloped the Shi brothers. Can't avoid it. The 2 brothers actually took off their turtle shells and made shields, throwing them in spirals, one clockwise and the other counterclockwise. The original intention is to break up the cobweb restraints, but as a super year-long absorption, the tenacity of the spider web binding is beyond imagination. He just endured the destruction of 2 turtle shields. Subsequent attacks by the Shi brothers failed. The only way is to disband the martial spirit and reconcentrate it. This process consumes a lot of money. At this time, Dai Mubai also rushed in front of Yu Tianheng, and wanted to have a head-on confrontation with the tiger claws. Yu Tianheng is naturally not afraid. The 1st soul skill, Thunder Dragon Claw, that the Thunder Dragon claws flew through the air, and the air wherever they passed was violently distorted, and a heart-stopping thunderclap erupted. The 1st soul skill, White Tiger Protective Barrier, that a white light shield emerges from the body. Dai Mubai used the blessing of the White Tiger Vajra transformation to forcefully break open the Thunder Dragon Claw, continue to kill Yu Tianheng. Yu Tianheng's eyes became more solemn and he no longer held back. The 3rd soul skill, Thunder's Fury, that thunder and lightning splash all over his body, and he enters a berserk state, with his attack power increased by 100% and his soul power increased by 50%. The head-on collision with Dai Mubai caused a shock wave. Du Guyan and others, who were about to come to rescue them, couldn't help but take a half-step back, just at this moment. Zhu Zhuqing jumped out of Yu Tianheng's shadow, and the shadow claw in his hand went straight to the left heart. Be careful. The reminder is too late. The shadow claw has already ignored the protective thunder and cut into the back heart with overwhelming force, holding his heart with your bare hands. Dai Mubai didn't stop at all, and turned back to kill the Shi brothers who were separated. Yu Tianheng froze. He turned his head in disbelief, but Zhu Zhuqing had already left. The light of Jiuxin Begonia fell and tried its best to heal Yu Tianheng's heart. The cure that had been immediate in the past was hit by unprecedented obstacles this time. The power of shadow is wreaking havoc, making the wound unable to close and even tending to get worse. Meng Xinji and others on the stage were so frightened that they all stood up. Yu Tianheng is from the blue electric Tyrannosaurus Rex, if he died in the exchange competition. Fortunately, Tang Lan released the suppression of the ultimate life attribute, and the healing effect of Jiuxin Begonia was restored. Although the wound still failed to close, at least it no longer worsened. The price is, most of Yi Lingling's mind was restrained, therefore, when Zhu Zhuqing appeared from her shadow, she didn't even notice. It would be easy to kill her, but... The 1st soul skill, Phoenix Fire Wire, Ma Hongjun opened his mouth and spit out flames, forcing Zhu Zhuqing to retreat into the shadows. It's unbelievable! Daodu exclaimed in shock. The core combat force of the Royal Dou team, Captain Yu Tianheng, was eliminated in a fight. This fat player reacted very quickly and saved his support. Look! Du Guyan has released her 3rd soul skill, Jade Phosphorus and Purple Poison. Du Guyan spit out a mouthful of rich purple mist and spread it. The pungent fishy smell makes people sick and dizzy. It covered most of the arena, but cleverly bypassed the members of the Royal Dou team to prevent them from being hurt by the poison. The 1st soul skill, Jade Phosphorus Red Poison, that the red mist spread and enveloped the Imperial battle team. Each and every one of them was as if they had been on steroids. Their speed soared. The 2nd soul skill, Jade Phosphorus Blue Poison, Oslo, who is an agility attack type, actually started to use injury-for-injury tactics with Meng Yiran, even though Jiuxin Begonia is healing, but the wound cut by the snakehead crutch was as if there was no pain, and it did not affect his counterattack at all. A fierce thrust. For a time, with Du Guyan's support, the Huang Dou team, which had been eliminated from the main battle force, also briefly suppressed the Tang Sec team. How could Ning Romrong not do anything? As soon as you lift the Qibao glazed pagoda, you must exert your strength. Wuhunzhen, a fat little man, put his wings on his back and attacked Ning Rongrong. The second soul skill, Phoenix in Fire. The first soul skill, Phoenix Fire Wire. Ning Rongrong was forced to control Qingyi and flew away from Phoenix's line of fire. The 7 treasures turn out to reveal the glaze, which is called power. The 7 treasures turn out to be colored glaze, so hurry up, retreat and increase both, even according to each person's ability characteristics, it can increase speed or increase strength. You fat man, you didn't expect that, did you? Ning Rongrong said proudly, this is the distracted control of my 7 treasures glazed sect. This princess has already cultivated to the heart of the 4 apertures. In order to catch up with Tang Lan, she worked hard. Wuhunzhen looked gloomy and flapped his wings to pursue him. The green wings behind Ning Rongrong turned red, turning into fire wings and shooting rapidly. With Wuhunzhen's pitiful shooting range, he couldn't even touch her. Ning Rongrong's 30% increase instantly turned the tide of the battle, suppressing the Imperial battle team and beating them hard, but Dugu Yan's Jade Phosphorus Snake Venom controls the field, coupled with the Shi brothers' Xuanwu Turtle Martial Spirit. Their skin is rough and their flesh is thick and durable. It's still not easy to kill people in a short time, and as long as you can't kill anyone, Yilingling's 9-hearted begonia can restore it to its normal state. The battle seemed to be at a stalemate, but everyone knows that the Royal Dou team is just hanging on. Have you noticed that sect leader Tang never made a move from beginning to end? Dowda shouted. He just stood there and didn't even move his feet. He's watching a show. Watch the show with hands folded in the VVIP seats on the field. He's so handsome. Wow. At this time, everyone noticed that Tang Lan was like an outsider in the rear area. A person is stupid, co-authored, such a fierce battle, has it always been 6v7? Emperor Shuai looked a little dazed. Is my Imperial battle team so unbearable? Your Majesty, you are worrying too much. It is because the Tang sect team is too strong. Ning Fengji said with relief, it seems that my blue brother did not take action, but Your Majesty, if you observe, everyone has the life soul blue silver emperor wrapped around their waists. That is Lan Di outputs his soul power in the air to replenish their status. Can you do this? No wonder their soul skills are still in good condition after being used so frequently. Qian Renshue said with emotion, even if Xiao Lan doesn't take action, it has such an effect. In this elite competition, the Tang sect team has great hopes of winning the championship. Everyone nodded in agreement. Only the 3 members of the education committee, Meng Xinji, looked very ugly. Yu Tianheng was killed as soon as he came up, which no one expected. Then there is Tang Lan for battery life. It's only a matter of time before the Imperial team loses. Suddenly, the double pupil of Tang Lan's left eye appeared, copy berry of life. But it didn't devour anyone. Instead, they grew scattered in the center of the field, like air purifiers. Whales swallow poisonous mist from the air. Dugu Yan's poison limited the Tang sect team's poison and amplified the Huang Dou team's poison. It fades at a speed visible to the naked eye until it finally disappears. On the other hand, Tang Lan was fine. Impossible. Dugu Yan screamed, you promised not to use soul skills. You broke the contract. Chapter 99 The End of Poison Douluo. The 3-year-old trunk bone belongs to. You are listening at novelfull.audio. You promised not to use soul skills. You broke the contract. Faced with Duguyan's testimony, Tang Lan pointed to his left eye. Are you blind? You can't see such a big piece of soul bone. Dugu Yan's face twitched. She looked at the stage unwillingly, and the education committee member Jilin shook his head helplessly. The soul bone skill is really not a foul. No more protection from snake venom. Zhu Zhuqing appeared behind Yilingling again. This time there was no one to stop her, and the shadow claw was easily placed around her neck. Dai Mubai could stand up to the Shi brothers on his own without falling behind. Tang San saw the opportunity. He tied up the remaining 2 spider webs today and threw them out, one to the left and one to the right, trapping the Shi brothers. The 2 of them were originally defensive, but were weakened by the poison of the spider web, unable to break free. Meng Yiran activated his third soul skill, and 3 snake heads bit his opponent Oslo. It only takes 1 tear to tear it into pieces. In a flash, only Duguyan and Ma Hongjun are left in the Huangdo team. The defeat is set, and until now, the gap in Yu Tianheng's heart has not been filled yet. Dugu Yen was stunned on the spot. She has always had smooth sailing since childhood, but how could she have suffered such a disastrous failure? For a moment, she felt sad, and 2 lines of lavender tears fell from her eyes. Brush. A green figure descended from the sky and landed next to Dugu Yen. This man's beard and hair were all dark green, his face was stiff, his cheeks were sunken, and his green eyes were filled with distress. It is Dugu Yan's grandfather, Poison Douluo Dugu Bo. Dugu Yen saw Dugu Bo and threw herself into his arms, burying her head and sobbing silently. Dugu Bo cried so much that he was at a loss. I can only stare at the Tang clan team. You are the only ones bullying my granddaughter, right? Dugu Bo didn't care about team exchanges, he only knows that my granddaughter has been wronged. The aura of the title Douluo rises, overwhelming others with its power. The shoulders of Dai Mubai and others felt heavy, and they were under great pressure. But because of long-term gravity training, he has not lost his ability to move. Form up. Tang San shouted. Dai Mubai and the others moved closer and formed a formation, connecting each other's inner strength in the formation. His momentum increased several times, and he was able to withstand Dugu Bo's pressure. Exactly, Jinwu's 7 intercept formation. Dugu Bo was a little surprised. Does the Tang sect team still have this trump card? And why didn't Tang Lan at the back of the team react at all? Changes on the field. Emperor Shuai was a little displeased. After all, it was an exchange competition hosted by him. This was too disrespectful to Dugu Bo. But there's nothing you can do. Dugu Bo is the only title Douluo enshrined in the Tiando Empire. He could only look at Ningfengji, but someone is faster. Bone Douluo Gu Rong walked out of the black mist. Sword Douluo Qinshin also dropped his sword. The 2 title Douluo's momentum surged out, suppressing Dugu Bo's pressure, and swept back. Most of the Imperial fighting team, who had been engaged in a fierce battle, passed out without saying a word. Only Yu Tianheng could barely hold on, but his pale face had lost all color. Comparing the 2, a judgment is made. Dugu Bo squinted his eyes slightly, flashing a faint light. Jian Dao Chen Xian, is this why you want to date me? Dugu Bo said with a hoarse voice. Even if I face you too, Dugu Bo, am not afraid. That he looked like he was going to fight to the end. This made Gu Rong smile. If you, a poisonous snake, were not disrespectful to the elders and attacked the juniors, would we have been punished? Dugu Bo was not ashamed at all. These little guys bullied my Yener, and they deserve this disaster. Good guy. Neither Chen Xian nor Gu Rong knew how to respond to him. The juniors are playing in an exchange match. Do you still have to worry about Dugu Yen, who has a grandfather with a title of Douluo? At this time, Tang Lan walked out from the side and stood in the middle of the 3 title Douluo, as if nothing happened. Ultimate soul attributes. This kind of momentum-like pressure, even if it was at the level of a title Douluo, would have a greatly reduced effect on him. Qian Daolu is still there. Old Poison, I entrusted Uncle Jian to ask you to meet. Tang Lan went straight to the point. You are about to be poisoned to death. I am here to save you. Dugu Bo glared. Little thing, you are looking for death. Just raise your hand to attack. As a result, Chen Xian's 7 killing sword and Gu Rong's bone dragon were inserted directly in front of Tang Lan, one on the left and one on the right. Dugu Bo, I advise you to speak politely. Gu Rong said rudely. Chen Xian said nothing, but his eyes were like swords. It's rare for 2 people to be so consistent with each other. The effect is also remarkable. Even if he has an eccentric personality like Dugu Bo, he still has to suppress his temper. He said angrily, I am a Poison Douluo. A Douluo whose title is Poison. Will he be poisoned to death? What a joke. Does this matter? Chen Xian and Gu Rong looked at Tang Lan, wanting to hear his explanation. Tang Lan is confident. Among the many knowledges rewarded by the system, poison identification is included. Every time it's cloudy and rainy, you'll have a numb and itchy feeling on your sides, which will gradually get stronger. It lasts for more than an hour, and occurs once at noon and once at midnight. Every third watch, you will experience pinprick-like tingling on the top of your head and soles of your feet, and your whole body will convulse for at least half an hour. Yes and no. Douluo Bo's expression changed drastically. It's surprising. How did I know? Tang Lan smiled and said, "Are you sure you want me to continue talking about the flaws of the Jade Phosphorus Snake clan?" Douluo Bo looked at Tang Lan with uncertain eyes. Tang Lan knew, it was done. Old Xiao. Tang Lan shouted, "Take Senior Douluo to the guest room to reminisce with my granddaughter." Xiao Wuji immediately rushed over and politely asked Douluo Bo's grandson away. Chen Xian and Huo Rong stared at Tang Lan fiercely. "Xiao Yan, did you learn this from your mother's womb?" Huo Rong asked puzzledly, "Why do you know so much about that old poisonous snake?" "It's just a coincidence." Tang Lan said modestly, "Please ask Uncle Gu and Uncle Jian to wait a moment and go to see Douluo Bo together later." This guy has an eccentric personality, and Tang Lan is also worried about being cheated. That's natural. You go and get the reward first. Chen Xian said with a smile. The two of them ducked and disappeared. The only ones who dared to rush onto the field were Qin Ming, Flanders, and Meng Xinji, the teachers of the Imperial team. Checked the status of the students a little. Everyone breathed a sigh of relief. Just being knocked unconscious by the momentum does not affect the foundation. "I'm sorry, teacher, education committee." Yu Tianheng said guiltily, "I was careless, and I was." "Hey, I can't blame you." Meng Xinji sighed, "It's pride that has blinded our eyes, and we don't pay enough attention to Tangmen Academy, otherwise it wouldn't be like this." He looked at Jilin. Jilin's face was filled with pain, but breach of contract cannot be achieved in public. He could only walk slowly to Zhu Zhuqing and take out the 30,000-year-old trunk bone. After stroking the baby a few times, he closed his eyes and handed it to Zhu Zhuqing. Zhu Zhuqing looked confused. "Take it." Tang Lan said, "This is a private bet between me and the Jilin Education Committee." Zhu Zhuqing accepted the torso bones obediently. Jilin still couldn't hold it back, instructed. "This is the torso bone that has been alienated by demons for 30,000 years. I have been like this for the rest of my life. I originally planned to leave it to my disciples for foundation building. I just saw that although your martial spirit is a cat, it is more strange than that blonde boy's white tiger. This torso bone is suitable for you to use. If you become famous in the future, please take more care of my Tiando Royal Academy." Zhu Zhuqing's breath froze. 30,000-year-old trunk bones. Oscar and others, QQ. Wait a minute. Tang San said unconvinced, "Others can absorb this torso bone, why should it be given to her? Just tell me directly why you didn't give it to him." Around 2300 hours, there will be additional updates. Chapter 100, Obtain a Soul Bone. The vast universe cover is in hand. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Jilin glanced sideways at Tang San. He didn't even bother talking nonsense, but said to Tang Lan, "Sect Master Tang is a great talent, I admire him. Today the Imperial team lost because of their arrogance. They will come back for advice in the future. When the time comes, they must ask sect leader Tang to agree." Hearing this, Yu Tianheng looked at Tang Lan with fighting intent. Can Tang Lan refuse this free sparring offer? The Tang Sect Academy is right here, and the Imperial fighting team can come and compete at any time. Tang Lan smiled and said, "There is also the second team of my Tang Sect team, and their combat capabilities are also pretty good." Jilin frowned, a little unhappy. "What do you mean?" "I, the home team of Huangdo team, am only qualified to compete with your second team. The captain of the second team is level 38. He is a top-notch beast with a spirit of condensing water, Fail 1. He also has a spirit fusion technique with his sister." Tang Lan explained. Jilin's eyes narrowed. "Just by hearing this, you can tell that it is extremely powerful. Is this your second team configuration? That's it for other people's team configuration, right?" But thinking about Tang Lan's Tang Sect Encyclopedia, it won over countless people. He could only smile and shake his head. This era belongs to the Tang sect. I won't be embarrassed here anymore, take my leave. That with the Imperial fighting team, he left the field lonely. In the team. Ma Hongjun looked at this side with hatred, his face twisted abnormally. He should have had a share of these honors and soul bones. But no one paid any attention to him. Tang San and others surrounded Tang Lan and Zhu Zhuqing. Brother! What's going on with this soul bone? Tang San said impatiently, a trunk bone that's 30,000 years old. Who can't absorb it? Attracting disdain from everyone. If you want it, just say it. Why are you beating around the bush like this? Zhu Zhuqing's eyes were even colder. She has obtained the soul bone, why are you still jealous? Little Sanzi, this matter is not my decision. Tang Lan shrugged and said. My bet with the Jilin Education Committee is to freely choose one from the winning team as a gift. The Jilin Education Committee sent this torso bone. I have no right to interfere with his choice. And what I gave was. Tang Lan glanced at Dai Mubai, a spiritual ball of light pops out from his fingers. This is the condition of my bet. Pick one and give him the complete set of Tang clan's unique 9-yang magic skills. Let's focus on the 9-yang magic skill, the unique skill of the Tang sect. Tangmen only has the incomplete version of the first 3 floors, the 9-layer complete version is from Tang Lan's private collection. Dai Mubai absorbed the spiritual light ball and looked ecstatic. The second layer of I Ching cutting marrow and the third layer of Jigang Jiang are simply tailor-made for him. Thank you, Master, for the gift. Come here, regarding the distribution of the demon's alienated torso bones, the dust has also been settled. The host let Tang San miss the alienated torso bone of Demon Ming, and fell into the hands of Zhu Zhuqing, snatching away a small amount of Tang San's luck. Reward, 3,000-year-old soul bone, destroying the meteor scorpion's left foot. Very good. Another piece of soul bone attached to the outside. When another left leg bone is absorbed, the lower body will be complete. At this time, Dowda finally recovered and went online again to host the process. Although there was a little accident, let us congratulate Tangmen Academy for winning this exchange competition. Let us invite His Majesty Shui to present awards to the winning team. Finished, she flew away staggeringly, her long white legs trembling. She was hosting an academy exchange competition. Why did 3-titled Douluo pop up? Emperor Shui was at the top, inspecting everyone in the Tang clan team with satisfaction. Congratulations to you, the future mainstays of the empire. The empire will award 2,000 million gold soul coins to Tangmen College for college construction. Winning the Continental Advanced Soul Master Academy Elite Tournament, a recommended spot. Joint prize, for soul bones. This moment. The eyes of Tang San and others burst out with bright light. For soul bones. Oh my God. Looking at the 4 soul bones floating on the maid's tray next to Emperor Shui, except for Philian Silver Fox's right leg bone and Titan Giant Ape's head soul bone, I don't even recognize the other 2 soul bones. Especially the white soul bone, the aura it exudes can even compete with the soul bone of the Titan Ape's head. It's either the soul bone of a strange beast, or it's more than 10,000 years old. Everyone's eyes are green. Emperor Shuya continued to speak as if he hadn't heard anything. Zhu Zhuqing, Dai Mubai, Oscar, and Meng Yiran, I grant you the title of hereditary baron. Tang San, I grant you the hereditary position of viscount. Immediately there were guards who presented him with tailor-made robes that symbolized his title. Focus on it, tailor-made, who can't see now that the reward has been prepared long ago. Co-writing this so-called communication competition is just a show. After Zhu Zhuqing and others thanked them, Emperor Shuya once again took out the Vast Sea Universe cover and waved Tang Lan forward. Tang Lan activated the soul bone skill, flying and flew to Emperor Shui. Tang Lan, the leader of the Tang sect, has done great service in protecting the empire's defense line and has cultivated such a genius for the empire. I now give you a hereditary earl and the sacred weapon of the country, the Vast Sea and Universe cover. And I am not allowed to see the royal family without paying homage. I hope Count Tang will continue to work hard and continue to contribute to the glory of the empire. Qian Renxue followed closely and put on Tang Lan's earl's attire with her own hands. Congratulations, Count Tang, the Empire will be counting on you from now on. Tang Lan approached with a smile and whispered in Qian Renshue's ear. Your Highness the Crown Prince is sincere, so you should do your best. If you don't give me any favors, just say a few nice words, but don't try to bribe me. Qian Renxue nodded and didn't stop for much. Tang Lan first accepted the 4 soul bones and threw them into the Blue King, then he carefully took over what he had longed for, the vast sea universe cover. But the system prompt did not sound, probably only after recognizing the master. This made Tang Lan think of something. Earl Tang. Emperor Shui sighed with emotion. Although this item is a national treasure of the Empire, I have spent decades working on it, but still have no harvest. I only know from history books that soul power needs to be injected. If it is recognized, you will naturally understand its efficacy. I hope useful to you. Tang Lan just smiled and put the vast sea universe cover into the Blue King. He cupped his hands and said, Your Majesty Shuye reminded me that it's okay and I will withdraw first. Wait for Emperor Shuye to nod. He turned around and left. Most of the opportunities for Tiando royal family are almost gone. Emperor Shui can exit. Tang Lan returned to the playing field, and everyone looked at him eagerly. What about the public? Let's go back to the lounge. Returned to the lounge, Tang Lan didn't waste any time and took out the 4 soul bones. I thought about it. He held the white 10,000-year-old soul bone in his hand. The Devil's Claw's split right leg bone was born from the 11,000-year-old demonic Lin beast. Most of its soul skills are group attacks, and it relies on quantity to win. The innate ability is dual casting. You can spend double the soul power to attack again nearby. Theoretically, any soul master of any type can use it. Moment. The eyes of Dai Mubai and others were fixed on the split right leg bone of the Devil's Claw. Ning Rongrong, on the other hand, took a step forward with some regret. There are no gems suitable for me among these 4 soul bones, so I will withdraw from the competition. He immediately won the favor of the other 5 people. That's okay. Tang Lan nodded. In the future, if the team obtains gem-like soul bones, Rongrong will give you priority. Ning Rongrong smiled sweetly and returned to the team. There are only 5 people left, Tang San, Zhu Zhuqing, Oscar, Dai Mubai, and Meng Yiran. Zhu Zhuqing thought for a while and took a step forward. I have the demon nether alienated trunk bone, so I won't participate in the competition for these soul bones. Okay. The eyes of the remaining 4 people lit up. In this way, don't they each share a soul bone? The resentment towards Zhu Zhuqing being designated to receive the 30,000-year-old soul bone disappeared on the spot. That's fine, that's fine. Tang Lan nodded. Then, each of you will have 1 piece of these 4 soul bones. I will assign them directly based on your own characteristics. Is there a problem? Oscar and Meng Yiran, who were extremely surprised, nodded repeatedly like chickens pecking at rice. I thought I was just here to run with me this time. I didn't expect to earn a soul bone. How dare you have an opinion here? Dai Mubai also nodded. He was already satisfied with obtaining the full set of 9 sun magic skills. This soul bone was a pure surprise. Tang San, on the other hand, was a little hesitant. Specify. The soul bone designated by my brother should be, will it be that piece? There will be an additional chapter later, but it will be very late. Everyone will read it when you get up tomorrow morning. There are still 8 monthly passes left from the starting point, so you can add more.